the street in that muscle shirt, you know what I mean? And she don't have anyone, you know what I mean? That's a test. Or you come handsome fella, you know what I mean? You know, some people are smashingly handsome. You know what I mean? Just can't get around them. Oh my God. Look, you see, we have to learn as believers not to let the world take us over. The Amish is a good example if you look at them. They don't believe in anything that's proud. If it's anything that makes them appear to be proud, they won't wear it. They don't like buttons. They don't like zippers. You know what I mean? You know, plain. They call it plain, being plain. And giving yourself over to God. Anything off the beaten path. Now, when their young people get to be 16, from what I understand, the Amish let them go out into the world to experience the world, to see what the world is like. And 99.9% of the time, they return back to the Amish community. You see what I'm saying? With the knowledge, with the knowledge of what's out there in the world. Do you see what I'm saying? Because when you're living right, God is going to bless you. He's a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him and do good. The messenger said Allah will even reward the devil for good that he does. Am I right or wrong? For the good that he does. You know, any good is rewarded. Keep that in mind. But the hour is fast approaching where the devil can't do good for himself, nor can he do good for you. In fact, I wouldn't even say the hour is approaching. It's here. I see more devils now looking at trash cans. You understand? Living under bridges. You see the cardboard city over Camden? All them devils living back in there. You understand? See, he's suffering. And the reason he's suffering is because no one is allowed to hurt God's chosen people. No one. You just can't hurt God's chosen people and go on like nothing happened. See, the white man, when it came time for him to do right by us by law, he took a position. He said, well, I know it's the law. I got to do right by that nigga. Right? Probably spit the back. You know how they roll. Right? Yeah. I know it's the law. But before I do right by that nigga, I'll get me some new niggas. You understand? So he began to bring in Ricky Ricardo. You know what I mean? Right? He began to bring in people that look like us, many of them from the islands too. Now black people, but they look like they was the American slave that was here in America. So he could palm it off like he's doing good or following the law. Then eventually it got to the point where he didn't care who worked cheap. He'll bring anybody in. You follow what I'm saying? Because he just was determined he wasn't going to do right by you. But when it started off, it was a small migration. See? They can control it. But word got back that it's a lot of cash over there in America. And it's also a big dumb black man over there. I'll give you everything he got. He's a fool. If you can get over there, you know, just get him. You know how the Irish people talk about catching a leprechaun? You know what I'm talking about? So if you catch a leprechaun, you'll have luck. Right? You don't know you that leprechaun? I know they think he white and have green and a little hat and all, but that's you. You the fool when he gets you under his control. Do you understand? You are like that leprechaun. It's a pot of gold waiting for him. See? It's a pot of gold waiting for him. When he finishes, you know what I mean? Once he catches you, see if you catch a leprechaun, you get a pot of gold. And then a rainbow comes in the sky. Right? You see what I'm saying? Well, that's all about you. You know? When you hear about these stories of Mighty Mouse and, you know, fall in the phone booth, Clark Kent, come out Superman, these stories is about you. You know? It's like, it's fantasy, yes, but it's also reality. You see? Because you are the one who has to make a way out of no way.
Right.
You're the one that's downtrodden, always trying to get up. You understand me? You're the one who, when you do get money, you give it away. Right? You go to the corner store, you know they buying them cases of sodas at Sam's Club. Right? And they're paying 8 cents a can. When you come in the store, they want 65 cents. And you pay it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You understand? I remember when a lot of the markets, corner stores opened up around here, they had something called a dollar hoagie. And they ran a lot of decent people out of business with that dollar hoagie. Because people say, well, just get the dollar hoagie from over there. Right? That was a few years ago. I said, I'm a bit of a scientist. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm going to check this out today. I went in the store saying, give me a dollar hoagie. So we don't sell dollar hoagies. Right? $4.99, $6.99. Which size do you want? Yeah. I said, no more dollar hoagies? Nah, we don't need that no more. We done destroyed them. See? We done destroyed any competition. We done tore it down. See? But the same thing is happening to us, the messenger's followers. People are offering us all kinds of shiny things. Like, come with me and do this. Come with me. We're doing that. We're moving out. We're going to build. Come. But the bottom line is, what they don't ever tell you is we'll be using the devil's money. See what I'm saying? So now, if you take the devil's money, you got to dance to his music. You understand? If you take the devil's money, you're no longer all black nation. See? Because by law, if you take the devil's money, you got to let all colors of people into your temple. If a white man knocks on that door and you took that devil's money, and you say, no, sir, you can't come in here. All he got to do is pick up the phone. You know what? They getting money from us? They told me I can't come in. See? You'll get a letter in the mail. You cut off, and you're going to have to refund what you received. Because we understand you discriminated with the money. You're responsible for repaying it, and you're no longer getting, you know what I mean? We're not helping you anymore. You're done. You follow me? See, they don't consider that. But if you take the devil's money, you're going to dance to his music. You're not going to get around it. They've been locking churches up. Y'all see the preachers they locking up? 501c money. Have y'all been following that? They found that they didn't use the money wisely and found that the money was improperly administrated, and it's the devil's money. Hey, nigga, I didn't send you over there for that. That's like in the old days, the devil sent you to load the trailer with watermelons. Right? You done put 2 in the cup to take home. See? But the devil is looking. When the count come back too short, nigga, don't come here to work no more, and I want that money for them watermelons. Do you understand? I didn't send you over there for that. Right? When the devil give you money, what he's saying to you is become Judas. We want you to turn against God. Do you understand? We want you to turn your back on your people. Do you understand what I'm saying? We want you to understand and straighten up and lead your people. Wash your face, go. Wash your face. We want you to lead your people, to the path of destruction. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir. That's right.
You see? Because if you don't do that, he's going to withdraw his money and his support. Well, we are in trying times, y'all. I'm looking at around me, I'm looking at churches shutting down, the Catholic schools merging together. They can't pay the price. They're selling parishes. Like, if our money get right, we can purchase a Catholic building easily. I mean, it's just going downhill. This is why I say to y'all, sit tight. You know what I mean? Do what we are doing and watch everything happen. Because the bottom line is, the messenger's teachings can only rise after everything else failed. You understand? There's going to be people with the devil's money. They come out looking good and all that. The brothers brought it to my attention online. I didn't know Crow was working for some kind of Department of Humanity or something like that. Worked for I didn't know that. All these years I thought he was a humble black man with Crow. You know what I mean? And he was blessed by the believers and got things done. You know what I mean? But now I find out late. Now, that's not the case. He's been working, I forget the name of the department, but he's been working there for over 9 years or something like that. You know, for not, what is it? Huh?
The city of Chicago.
Yeah, city of Chicago. He, and pretending to be a poor man. You know, reminds me of bums that be in the street. You know what I mean? They appear to be bums. You know, and they're out there all day long begging for money. Right? But then, if you just chill and watch him at the end of the day when the sun set, you know, and you kind of cruise, watch him, he'll jump in a nice car.
Right.
You understand? Then if you follow the car, lay back a little bit, you look, you see him go up into a penthouse. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he do. You see? He cons. He beats. Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, I kind of see that similar because my picture of that was totally different from the manifestation of truth. Do you understand? It was so far from my perception of that it just was a mind blower. You see? And I know brother, and I like him. You understand? He's a good man, but everything is real. You know, don't act like the panhandler didn't go to the penthouse.
Right.
You know, say all this time, you know, you could have let the poor temples make that money off the books and things. Right. The poor temples could have been able to help themselves, right or wrong. Yes, they'd have been able to advance and get further. Right. But you know, when you siphon off what could come to the temples to help them, you siphon it off. You know, that's kind of like doing harm to the temples. Wouldn't you agree?
Very much so.
I mean, you know, you get what I'm saying? So we have to be wise in our looking at things, because a lot of people that saying the Most High Elijah Muhammad and all that, they're really doing something else. You see? You are living the life of a Muslim. Temple number 12, we don't ask the devil for nothing. We ain't looking to the devil for nothing. The devil can, how can I say, he can buy our product, whatever we have, because we're in a nation and we want to do trade. Do you understand what I'm saying? But as far as me sitting down and blocking the way, I mean, would it be right for me to have $1 million? Right, and come to a school play where there's competition for a $10 prize or something. I have $1 million in my pocket. But I block the kid. You understand? I stop. I get in the way so he don't get it. And that way, is that right? Because that's how I view that. And we're going to see things more than that. This is only, as you say, the beginning of birth pains.
Right.
We're going to see a lot more than that. It's going to get more rougher than that. You got temples now that's, how can I say it? For the sake of numbers, for the sake of money, for the sake of different things, they are selling the messenger out. I mean, really, the dear holy apostle, is being sold down the drain. People think they can compromise his teachings. They think they can play with his teachings. And all kinds of setups been put in place. Right. You are the temple. Right. I'm God. You can't teach God. You know what I mean? All kinds of crazy things against the messenger. Well, he didn't teach any of that stuff. What he taught was what? I'm following close to my Lord. Right? And I'm trying to get to heaven. If you want to get to heaven, you better follow closely behind me. And that's what he taught. Am I right or wrong? But we got a lot of groups now. They got other views of this. They think it's all right to do negative things in the temple. And really act like, when you catch them, they act like nothing happened. You ever notice that? When they get jammed real bad, right? It's exposed. What's the worst thing a hypocrite hates? Be exposed. You see, when the exposure comes, now they're going to continue on like nothing happened. Ain't nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Worked up to that. I mean, you know what I mean? Still the messenger, that. Yeah. See, but you don't do that, do you? Am I right or wrong? You are what they call a pure believer. Am I right or wrong? You have no other messenger but the Most High Elijah Muhammad. Am I right? Am I right? You have another leader other than him? Somebody showing you what to do? Do you have another leader than him? You got to think. But a lot of people do. You know, a lot of people. I put a little clip on the Temple's page from Car Wash. I don't know. Did any of y'all get to see that on the page from Car Wash? Daddy Richard Pryor came up to the car wash in a long limousine. You know what I mean? And the women got out before him. Everybody was amazed, right? Except the brother that studied. And everybody playing. He talking about one dude kissed his hand. You know, the shoe shine guy said, "Daddy Rich, I've been following you for over 6 years, and since I've been following you, I got a color TV and a new house." Right? He said, "Please allow me the privilege to shine your shoes." Right? So Richard Pryor said it just like most of these crooks say it. You know what I mean? Well, you know what they say. I accept. Let's give it to me. You understand what I'm saying, right? So they say, here's the thing to shine Daddy Rich shoes. They gave him a golden fleece almost. He said, "Oh, this is a fleece." They said, "Yeah, you just take your time with it and go over it lightly." And he did it. And then he had wine. Did y'all see that clip? Yeah, he had wine, right? He had wine. I put it on the Temple page because I want people to see. See, sometimes we are people that learn by pictures. Right. You know what I'm saying? So the shoe shine guy, he gave him the cup to drink, right? And then Daddy Rich drank from the cup. And I'm just sharing this in the lecture, because I want you to see something. But when the brother that studied jumped out and hollered, "Daddy Rich, why don't you tell these people how you got so rich?" Right? He asked the brother, he said, "Well, is there something you want me to do for you?" "Yeah, yes, sir. Same thing you doing for everybody else. Nothing." You understand? You understand what I'm saying? And he went on, he said, "You sound like a pimp." It got real quiet. The women that was with him, everybody around, woo, But what took me out, the guy that had the fleece shining his shoes, looked up at Richard Pryor. He said, "Answer him, Lord." Do you understand? I want people to see how different communities have taken people over them as their God. Yes, sir. Do you see? Yes. They have replaced the true God, the true and living God, with them. Right. It's like he looked up and said, "Answer him, Lord." You understand? See, when you have a chance, go people, this on there. The thing is, sometimes pictures mean a lot in our community. You see my point? Yes, sir. We learn sometimes visually. And I figured that would help. Because a lot of people, they don't realize, somebody has become God over them. They're not teaching them Master Prophet Muhammad is Allah. Right? Right. They just talk Allah. They just be Allah. Right? We Muslims, so therefore we do this and that. We are Muslims. They want to mix apples with oranges. Right. Orthodox Islam with the Messenger's teachings. But they don't work together. You follow what I'm saying? In fact, it don't work for them. I understand, 36,000 people been killed in Syria? In the last year and a half of the uprising in there. Right? Look at Egypt. They're running all out in the street. They've been killed wholesale. Right? Am I right or wrong? Right. Y'all know what happened in Iraq. So, you're representing to me something as a pure Islam when the messenger been warned me that yes, they are Muslims and they are our brother, right, but they believe in a spook. Right. You see, that's what separates us. They believe in a spook. You believe man is God. So therefore, that keeps us separated. So the rules that we abide by, they are similar in context. But the truth of the matter is, we are not like them. See? And there's all kinds of Muslims. Shiites, right? Like right now in Beirut, the Shiites and the Sunnis get ready to mix it up. Because they done ran out of Syria, but most of them are Shiites. And the Sunnis, all of them in Beirut, they fighting. But that's Orthodox Islam for you. Right. Do you understand? That's Orthodox Islam for you. So, how do you think if it don't work for the people it was given to, What man?